get that pure money rocking. What's happening, everybody? We back. We got a whole new setup, whole new show coming to you guys. I've been gone for a little bit, but I do want to thank all of the followers in the community for your well wishes towards me and my family as we're going through this time. Unfortunately, my brother passed away, so that's why I haven't been here. But we are back, and I just want to again thank each and every one of you guys for continuing to send your love and blessings towards my family. Is the way we truly do appreciate that. But today we're back, and as you guys can see, we got like a whole new show going on over here. We're just going to make it better as time continues to move forward. But today, guys, we're going to be talking about something special today, and we're going to be talking about those drug movies that you guys have probably seen, like myself: American Gangster, Scarface, Dope. I didn't add Training Day in there, but I love Training Day too. What else did I have in there? I can't even think about all of the titles. Oh, and Paid in Full. How could I ever forget that? I'm going to be sharing with you guys about how those movies actually taught me valuable lessons of running my business. And hopefully you guys can go back and watch those movies and start to take away some of those lessons as well. We are here with another segment of our Dollars2Sense podcast. Once again, as you guys see, we have a whole new lineup. We got a bunch of stuff scrolling on the screen. So make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, and continue to share this video out with people that you know need to get educated. On our Dollars2Sense podcast, we talk about the mindset and business on Mondays here at 8:30 p.m. On Tuesdays, on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. we go over government contracting. On Friday, we go over softwares, in particular SB Money Flow and a few others that we utilize. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button so you can get alerted when we do open up these rooms or these live streams here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Before I dive into this, first, make sure you guys look. I'm a little rusty too. I've been gone for a while. Make sure that you guys are putting in those comments, "I am a millionaire." Remember, none of this stuff that I'm going to talk about at any time I'm talking about, it doesn't work if you don't believe that it can work. You got to go execute what I'm talking about here in order to make it a truth for you. So again, make sure that you guys are, look, I forgot to go live on my Instagram, my bad. Make sure that you guys are putting "I am a millionaire" down there in the chat. And last but not least, let us know where you're tuning in from, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. We always like to take this as a time to network. So make sure you put your information there and start networking. But today, again, our drug movies. How many of you guys have watched these movies? Put a me in the chat if you have ever watched Paid in Full, American Gangster, Scarface, or the movie Dope. If you've watched all four of them, put a 4 in the chat. If you just watched some of them, put a me in the chat. But if you like me, okay, which I'm pretty sure all of you guys are, that you have watched all 4 of those movies, so go ahead and throw that 4 in the chat. Now, when I was a kid watching these movies, I was extremely intrigued, and I always tell everyone, which I believe a lot of people in communities of the black culture, you have that drug dealing image, and now it's transferred into our entertainers, right? Our entertainers are acting like the drug dealers that we've seen in the movies. So we've transitioned from wanting to be the drug dealer to wanting to be the entertainer. And see, guys, I know this title may have made people feel some type of way, right? Oh my gosh, Travis, drugs and business. Well, you can't talk about stuff like that. Look, stop getting your emotions in the way, right? It's just a word, okay? See, you automatically see it as negative when I say the word drug, but if someone else was on camera talking about a prescription drug, it would be no problem, although it's just as deadly. So I want you to remove the emotions from the word drug and just understand that we're using it for entertainment purposes because I know we've watched those movies, okay? So The way that I wanted to be like them is I wanted the money. I wanted the clothes, the cars. I wanted the party lifestyle. The entertainers, they're doing the same thing. They got the clothes. They got the cars. They travel. They have the party lifestyle. So we want that now. But when you go back and look at these movies, it brings me back to the base of starting your business. And if you don't do it this way, running and operating a business becomes extremely hard because you're trying to skip steps, right? Now, granted, in the movie, they moved faster, okay? So the odds of you moving as fast up the ladder like the movie is probably not going to be that good. But will you move up the ladder? Yes. If you just stay consistent to what the movies were doing. Okay, now let's take it back here. How many of you guys remember the beginning of Scarface? I mean, I love this movie. Guys, look, Scarface is my movie, okay? The beginning of Scarface, what happened? This guy, Al Pacino, man, he came over here from another country, an immigrant, trying to figure it out. This thing called America. And they had him in really bad situations. But he ended up finding, drugs. Now, what if I told you that if I removed the negative stuff out of the way and just say, hold on, well, isn't this just like an entrepreneur getting started in business? Like, don't you just wake up one day or, it may have been a dream that you've been having over and over and over again that's saying, hey, you deserve more. You should be getting more. You're more valuable than what you are. And then you look around and you try to figure out what it is that I can sell or do to sell. So what product am I selling or what service is it that I'm going to do to sell? Well, to me, that's the same exact thing that Scarface did. He just found a product. It was illegal, by the way, but he found a product that he could sell. Now, just like business, I gotta start this here because this should be everyone's phase one of business. And guys, if you go back and look at my Instagram account or my YouTube account alone, if you go back to the beginning, I even label, you will see the transition of me, the evolution of me. It's all on YouTube. I'm not hiding it. Just scroll back. Now, if you're on YouTube, I have a set of live videos and I have a set of videos posted. I don't really post videos like that. I go live. So when you go look back on the posted videos and scroll to the bottom, you'll see the evolution, the start of it. And you'll notice that I call my stuff Hustle the Net. Because guys, this should be everyone's first phase of business. And honestly, I just don't know why it's not. It scares me when you don't start out like this. So here's the thing. Your first stage of business, it has to be this. If you skip this stage, this is where you get yourself in trouble. Your number one stage should be hustle. That's got to be stage one. If you don't learn how to hustle, you can't get to the next part. And what is the next part, right? Because again, all of the drug movies, Dope, what was Johnny Depp, right? He came over to California trying to figure it out. Ain't had no money. American Gangster, Denzel Washington. Well, what was he doing? He was just a little broke boy, and he was working for Bumpy Johnson, hustling, okay, working real hard, paid in full. What was Mitch doing? God, I can't think of Ace Boogie. What was he doing? Not Mitch, Ace Boogie. Ace Boogie was working in the cleaners, struggling with no money, trying to figure it out. See, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just following the story of the movie. And what you will realize when you go to sell, especially on the internet, and you got to tell your story, it's just like this movie script that I'm telling you. If you can figure this movie script out and figure out how to put it in a couple of seconds, right? Don't put it in a whole hour, 2 hours, because don't nobody want to listen to your story that long. But if you know how to work a story like a movie in just 1 minute, you can sell anything because it all operates the same way. That's why you watch the movie, because that's life, right? So I'm taking you through this stage. First, we're going to hustle. Everybody has to get there. I want everybody to type in the comments right now, hustle. I need you to understand which level you need to be at. This level is getting started. In the hustle stage, I'm not worried about all of those documents that people be talking about on the internet. Look, me included, starting your business, having the EIN number, making sure that you got all your paperwork in order. They talk about lawyers and all of this, books and all of that stuff, CPAs and taxes. I'm not worrying about that in the hustle stage because I don't need it to hustle. Tell me any hustler that said, oh, let me make sure I get all this done first before I hit the streets and hustle. It's not true. See, that's what people that try to sell you the courses and all that stuff, that's what they're doing because they're hustling too, right? So I'm telling you, don't worry about that if you're in this stage. So if you're getting started out, you just got to understand the basics. How do I sell something? That's all that matters because we're hustling. Now, once you can get out of that stage, I got to go back to the movie. I want you guys to think about the drug movies. What happened after they got out of the hustler stage? What happened to Al Pacino in Scarface? What happened next to Johnny Depp in Blow? What happened next to Denzel Washington in American Gangster? Right? The next stage, they didn't take over. Don't nobody try to tell me they took over because that's not what happened. Instead, they figured out how to create a small mini organization on this corner, right? Because in order to take over, you got to be the manufacturer. They wasn't manufacturing yet. They were still sitting on the corner trying to build up their corner. If you remember correctly, Al Pacino didn't quite become Scarface yet. Denzel Washington wasn't American Gangster level yet. Remember, they still disrespected him. The man came to him and said, you owe me money. He wasn't respected yet. He was putting the family and the organization together on the corner. This is the stage of operating the business, right? You got to put the pieces together. All this hustling that we did, all this money that we made from hustling, we didn't go trick it away. You didn't see Denzel Washington trick his money away. Matter of fact, once he started tricking the money is when he got himself into trouble. Instead, he invested the money back into the organization. If you remember, he kept stacking up money and making new phone calls, right? Again, this is all the same stuff that you got to do. Just remove the emotions of the drugs out of the way and just understand this is business. Replace it legally and do the same things. What did Denzel Washington do? He got on the phone. Look, remember, he seen the news say, well, wait a minute, products coming from Colombia. Well, I got this organization right here that I put together because I'm building a business. So I'm trying to strategically figure out how can I buy my product best? Once I can buy my product best, how can I distribute it out here where I still get profit? Because I've already been hustling. I realized from me hustling, there's one thing that's happening. I keep running out of time every day. Like I get tired. I can't make no more money. So I got to now build a legit business so other people can do the work. This is the second stage that all you guys should be at, right? Now, you can figure out which stage you're at. Honestly, if you approach me with understanding which stage you're at, I could probably better help you. This is actually what we do in our business intensive because I got to understand where you're at in order to know how we can operate, right? And there's nothing wrong at any stage. The only stage I don't want you to be at is not one of these three stages because you just the person over there using the product. So we don't want to be on the level of using the product, if you know what I'm trying to tell you when it comes to these movies right here. So the second stage, right? We're on number 2, the second stage. All right. We're going to be business running. Right? We got to put all these pieces together. We've been so good at hustling that we should be able to buy the product better. What do I mean by that? We probably have a name for ourselves now in the sales industry So the chances are that I don't have to buy from Amazon anymore. The manufacturer of those products, I got their attention so I can go directly to manufacturer. Now, in the drug game, they call this, the leader of the corner, the person that runs the corner or whatever. And then he got his workers out there, and he may have 3-4 corners that he's operating. He drives by and he checks those 3-4 corners that he's operating. But if something goes down, the head is coming at him, right? So he got to make sure his corners is tight. This is business to me. So how do we do this now, right? How do we run the business? Well, now I got to get all this paperwork in order. I got to make sure I got the accountant. I got to know who the lawyer is. I got to make sure that I got the EIN number and I got the bank account operating. I got to make sure that I'm keeping my books in order. I got to learn about payroll and taxes. I got to understand employees and HR because this is all part of running a business. And I've never done it before. So I got to learn all of this new stuff. And it's a whole new learning curve that's about to happen right here because I'm no longer hustling because I can't be on the street no more and also trying to learn how to do taxes, law, payroll, how to sell more of my product, how to build new relationships, how to make sure that my people on the corner working. It becomes an extremely stressful situation because you're running a business now. You're no longer hustling. But the beauty about this situation, when you get to number 2, you got the money to run the business. See, most people try to jump to running the business without no money because they didn't learn how to hustle first. So now they on what my man Hamza always say, stressing the street. Because you ain't got no money and you haven't learned how to sell anything yet. Because you skipped the hustling stage and you tried to jump straight to running the business. Because you keep listening to all these people on the internet. I keep trying to tell you guys in our community, one of the number one problems is we're getting overeducated. Like, why do you keep learning about stuff that you ain't going to execute on? What is it doing for you? So you can go talk at the barbershop about something so you can have a girls' night out and tell them about a YouTube video that you watch that you ain't doing absolutely nothing with? You just wasted 2-3 hours of watching YouTube and you ain't executing nothing on it. So if you have not learned how to hustle, don't come to this running a business because it gets nasty over here. Just like if you was trying to run a block, what happens to the person that tries to run a block? Well, in the movies, you seen what happened when Denzel Washington tried to start to take over. People came after him. And they shot at him, killed family, robbed him. Police is coming all over the place. See, again, the movie put it in such an emotional way that you thought that this was in the illegal industry. But when we go to the legal industry of business, the same stuff is happening. See, it just ain't no police coming after you. It's your employee that you hire. He trying to take you down, right? It ain't the drug dealer that's trying to rob you. No, it's the vendor that you didn't pay attention to that realized that you was new in the game and they trying to take advantage of you through credit cards, right? It's the scammer that's not going to deliver the products that you order. It's all the same stuff to me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It didn't change when I was watching these movies. It just gave me the biggest aha in the world. Because again, as I kept watching these movies, I say, well, wait a minute. These are just stages of business. Legal business at that. So now we understand the second stage, right? If you guys understand the second stage, I want you to put run my business in the chat. Run my business. That is the second stage. You have to run your business. Again, it's going to be a big learning curve right here to get yourself out of hustling and into running a business. If you don't know how to hustle, it becomes extremely hard to run your business. If you guys are on Instagram and you want to get the bigger screen view, you can click the link in my bio and click on YouTube and you'll be able to come over to my YouTube channel. and see everything that I'm talking about. Also, make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, that subscribe button, that share button. Share this live feed out with 3 other business owners and entrepreneurs that you know need to hear this business right here, hear this information so they can take themselves to the next level. We are continuing to grow, and it's happening because you guys continue to share this out. So I do thank each and every one of you guys. We are here live Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. By you hitting that subscribe bell, well, you're going to get alerted every time that we open up a room. So make sure that you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Also, we do have a bunch of stuff scrolling on this screen before I keep diving in here. A lot of you guys have been asking me, Travis, what stocks do you trade in? You know, what do you do for investments? I know investments, I trade, I just don't talk about it on the internet. So guess what I decided to do? I got my stocks that I really dive into. They're on my ticker right below here. They'll be up here every time that I go live. This is what I actively trade in. I don't jump in a bunch of other people's stocks. I pay attention to the ones that I like. We also got a news view scrolling down here. We got some government news that's popping up right here, and on I guess it's your left, my right, I don't know. But we're keeping you updated with all of the stuff that we got going on between special offers, events that we got coming up, my social media channels. So make sure that you guys are paying attention to that, as well as this will be our new show moving forward for this segment until I get bored and do another one. But let's get back to it, guys. Again, we're on stage 3. You guys have confirmed to me that you understand stage 1. Okay, is hustling. If you guys aren't in stage 1, then you should be in stage 2. If you haven't done stage 1 yet, then you shouldn't be in stage 2. Stage 2 is running the business. Stage 3, this is my favorite stage. Don't know stage get better than this. And it's the boss stage. You don't see Pablo. Pablo sees you. That's the stage that you want to get to. Now, granted, every time we watch these movies, they got up to that stage and then they did just ignorant things. And here's the other kicker about the movie. Okay, so Scarface got up to the top and he did too much of the product and he just lost his mind and, got out of control emotionally and just got carried away and just lost it all and ended up dying. Okay. Well, what did Denzel do? Denzel flexed his money, which he knew he shouldn't have been flexing his money with the big coats and sitting in the front. And then he had all his other workers getting flashy and things of that nature. And he forgot his principles and he allowed his emotions to get in the way and do things that was uncharacteristic. And he lost it all. The cops came in and took it all because he stopped doing the principles of running his business. Well, we get the Dope. Okay, what happened with Dope? He got caught. American greed one last time. He should have left it alone after he got caught before, but he just couldn't let it go. He allowed his emotions to get in the way, and they took it all down. Paid in full. Ace was the only smart one out of there. But Mitch and Rico, well, again, their greed took them to a whole nother level because Ace backed out of the whole game and said, I'm just out of it. But those two wanted to be in the game so bad that it got them both killed. Well, Rico got arrested and Rico killed Mitch. But you guys get the moral of the story. It's the same thing in business. Guys, I do government contracting. I don't know how many government contractors that I know right here in the DC area that have made millions of dollars and then put too much money in their hands too fast and they lost it all. You guys can Google this individual. His name is Rodney Hunt. Again, Rodney Hunt. You can Google him. He was one of the first black contractors to do $3 billion with Department of Energy. Or no, $1 billion. He got $1 billion contract with Department of Energy as a small business, and he completely lost his mind, right? Too much money, too fast. Thought he was going to be a record producer and all of this other stuff. Again, you can go look at it on Google. You don't have to just take my word for it, okay? But all of this same stuff happens. It ain't easy being a boss. The boss is now in charge of everything, but he got to shut up all at the same time. He got to allow his soldiers to operate, knowing the whole time that he got some soldiers in here trying to take over what he's created. This is going to happen in your business when you go to boss stage. If you don't believe me, I got a couple of my team in here, Courtney, Deshanti, and them. They know people have copied everything that I've done. Dr. Kawana, they copied everything that I've done and tried to resell my whole game. That's part of being a boss. You know this is going to happen. See, now though, as the boss, you got the business operating and you got other people hustling for you. But you got to understand, you got to see the whole vision. You got to know that people are coming and looking for holes in your armor each and every day. It could be the employee. It could be the vendors. It could be your financial advisor. It could be friends or family. It could be an accident because in America, you could sue for anything. All of this happens at the boss stage. See, when you get to the boss stage, you can no longer use your hands to produce none of the work. The boss stage is no longer running and operating a business trying to figure out how does payroll work? How does HR work? How does taxes work? Nope. At the boss stage, if I hear you talking about this, I'll personally find you and slap you because I know this ain't a boss yet. The boss is just paying the people to get the stuff done. Being at the boss stage is all about having a team. This is when you start to experience the ultimate freedom that business brings to everybody. This is why I encourage everybody to start a business. I didn't say leave the job. I said start the business. Allow the job to fund the business that's going to get you to the boss stage. And you got to be patient. You got to walk your stuff from stage 1, stage 2 to stage 3. And you can't run through it. You got to walk. Now you can do the fast walk, Look up the fast walk rules. They say you can't lift your feet off the ground or something like that. Like one foot can't come off of the ground because when you run, right, that means 2 feet are off of the ground. But when you walk real fast, 1 foot got to stay grounded at all times. So you can walk fast, but I need you to stay on that ground. You can't afford to jump and skip if you want to get to the boss. Now, if you want to just try to jump up to the boss stage, hey, figure it out. If you think that you could do that, if you think you're going to be the anomaly, then go for it. But here's what I'm going to tell you. You know the statistics that they always throw out there about how many new businesses have been created under administrations? I don't care what administration it is. They'll say millions of businesses have been created under the administration. Well, they also forget what happens to those businesses in 3 years. Over 50% of those businesses crash, burn, and fail. Right? Why? Because they thought when they started the EIN and that fancy paper came from the IRS because the people on the internet told them you a boss now. They thought that when they got their business, they was a boss and they never learned how to hustle. Not alone did they not learn how to hustle, but they didn't learn anything about business either. And you can't possibly learn the interwoven mechanisms of business if you ain't learned how to sell nothing. Hustling stage is all about selling. That's why I told you in the beginning, if you truly want to hustle, forget about everything else. I don't need you to sit here and learn about all of that stuff. We in a hustle mode. Do you guys know how hustlers operate? They nasty with it. I'm here to get that paper and nothing else. If you bring some legal thing up in here, I'll just backdoor you some type of way. You won't know who I'm hustling. That's when you learn how to sell best. Again, you skip that stage, the most vital stage of operating a business. I don't know how many businesses I go out here to help that are at boss's stage, and then I ask them how much money they make. They say anywhere from $0 to $1,000, and they've been open for 2 years. Well, no. You're not a business. That's what I keep trying to tell you. You ain't a boss. You need to get your ass off that couch because we got to get to hustling. You don't deserve to be a boss yet. You think because you filed some paperwork that you deserve to be a boss? See, money don't care about none of that emotional stuff that you're talking about. All money knows how to do is add and subtract. It don't know how to divide and multiply either. You got to do that part. Money just knows how to add and subtract. You can multiply the money, but at the end of the day, when you multiply the money, you just added more money. Money just knows how to add and subtract. So if you want to hustle, the only damn thing I need you to learn how to do is add and subtract. I didn't ask you to do multiplication or division. I need you to learn how to add, subtract, and communicate. What are you communicating? The product or service that you're trying to sell. If you haven't mastered that art of selling, nothing else works, because you got to keep paying a person like me to sell for you. And trust me, I'm a master seller. You think I'm about to sell $1 million for you and only make $5,000? If I sell $1 million for you, chances are I'm taking about $800,000 of it, because you could have sold yourself, but you was being too lazy. Because you wanted to be a boss. You know, y'all jumped out there to these fests that you go to, and you go to these conferences and they get you all hyped up, and you start thinking that you come out of the conference and if I could just speak being a boss into existence, I'll be a boss. It ain't true. It don't work like that. The movies, the drug movies show me it don't work like that. And I quickly realized it. And I just changed up my operation. I focused on the hustle. And the hustle brought me to the business. And the business brought me to the boss. You can become a boss in any niche, selling any product or selling any service. But you got to learn how to sell first. If you skip the art of selling, nothing else works. Now, eventually, when you get to the boss, you have a sales team. But again, that sales team can't sell if you don't know how to sell it. I know y'all may not know that yet because you don't have a sales team. But I'm trying to tell you right now, when you bring that sales team on board, they're going to need your directions on how to sell your product or service. So once again, if you haven't figured out how to sell it, how the hell can they? I bet they'll tell you they will. But that's part of that business life. That's part of that understanding that people lie on their resumes every day. Once you start bringing in employees, it's a whole new world. Again, this is why you ain't going to have time to hustle. Now, if you guys picked up what I just put down there for those 3 stages, put a fire emoji down there in the chat. And I ain't done yet. Those are just the 3 stages right here. Now, you may be asking, well, Travis, how do I find the product or the service so I can start hustling so I can become the boss? Because I don't want to do anything illegal and put myself in jail like these drug movies that you're talking about, Travis. I want to survive and strive just like I am, right? Well, again, guys, you know I'm not going to just leave you right there at the drug movies like that. I'm going to take you to the next level. What is the next level? Well, in order to make all of this stuff work right, you got to learn a little something here. Change my screen. Now, I posted this on my Instagram story, and this is why I decided to go into this today. Because if I can get you to learn this, it'll all make sense. Oops, clear this off my screen. And it's how to find your life's purpose. Now, here's the thing. If you look at this Venn diagram right here, when you go into the middle of it, it's your purpose, right? But I need you to see the diagram. And see, I just got it basic. Some people say these are your 12 steps of purpose. Look, I really, sometimes I get hard on the whole mindset thing because some people just take it too far. Either you're going to do it or you're not. Because yes, you have to have the mindset to keep pushing forward. You got to believe that you can achieve, but if you don't do anything, there's nothing to believe in. You can't just believe that people are going to save you. I'm telling you, ain't nobody save you. I'm telling you guys right now, I got a whole life that's going on and a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. As much as I love you guys, I really don't care that much about what's happening. I'm here to educate the information that the man upstairs has instilled in me. And the ones who are listening, how do I know that you're listening? You're taking the action. I always brag on my guy, Robert. Robert takes action like I've never seen. I'm bragging on Courtney right now. I see Courtney taking the action, being a consultant. I see the work. I don't need you to give me no emotional blah, 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 this, that. I don't care. Because I got shit going on just like you do. But when I see you out there working, when I see you out there grinding and hustling, and you say, Travis, look, I've been hustling. Check out the results of my hustling. Can you help me put the business together? Well, it's a whole lot easier now because I know you're doing it. You're grinding. But do you know how hard it is to talk to a boss that ain't learned how to hustle and they trying to talk to me about being a boss? It don't make sense when I'm having the conversations with them. They be talking and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you get frustrated with me because I keep trying to tell you, you ain't learned the basics yet. And I don't want to sell you something you ain't ready for. Somebody else on the internet will. I got people sending me messages in my email every day. They want to get on my stage of YouTube and sell stuff to you guys. I don't want to let them sell nothing to it because I know you ain't ready. I already got enough stuff that I'm selling to you. That's how I'm finding out y'all ain't ready. But see, the beauty about the stuff that I sell is the hustle. And the same stuff that I sell can take you from hustling to running a business and from running the business to being the boss. That's why I created the software SB Money Flow, because no matter which stage you're in, the software is needed, right? But here's the kicker. When you look at this diagram, if I put too much stock into what you're good at, see, this is where this internet be frustrating me at. Let me show you guys something. And this is what they be trying to tell you guys, like, hey, if you know your purpose or if you know your why, that's all you need. Look, again, I really don't care about your why. You know what I'm saying? Your why don't make you make no money. So let them tell you that because they trying to sell you a program. But guys, I ain't never sold nothing to somebody and they was like, well, why you want to sell it? So I don't care about your why. I know why everybody want to sell something, because you need this money to live your life. Now, again, we could go into it and your why, you want a bigger house and all of that stuff. Well, if I look at the bigger house, the house got a cost to it. So you need more money in order to get the house. So you can dig deeper into the why. I'm telling all of us, I already know we all need more money. You can give the stories to other people. I'm not here for stories. Stories don't impress me. Instead, tell me, Travis, I want to make $1 million in the next 7 months. I like that. I don't really care what you do with the $1 million. That's your $1 million. You can do whatever you want. Tell somebody else why. Just don't tell me. Our mission is to make $1 million. So what happens is you listen to these people and they say, okay, well, look, I want you to say, what are you really, really good at? And this is what you could do. Now check this out with this Venn diagram. If I listened to them and focused on what I was really, really good at, I messed that up. I see my stuff ain't drawing in the same pace. There we go. So if I focused on what I was really, really good at, don't you guys see that there's these other barriers right here, right? It becomes these other barriers that are sitting in my way. And I need these. You see these lines right here? Well, I can't cross over those because I invested too much in what you're good at. And come to find out, I'm good. I'm really, 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 guys, I know how to build explosives. I know how to build robots. You don't believe me? Again, you can go on my YouTube. No, this is a different YouTube channel that I started when I was younger. It's called Birdman JRVA. Okay, my evolutions of hustling. All right, I started hustling at 16, by the way. But anyways, Birdman JRVA on YouTube will show you the robot that I built. That robot that I built could carry explosives on it up to 500 yards. It was a bomb detector, a smoke detector, a gas detector. It had a whole remote kit that I would open up a briefcase and I could drive the tank through doors because it was that heavy. I put tank tracks on the machine so it could go up steps, and it was heavy duty enough that it could grip, and it was strong enough to ram a door even if it was locked and knock it down, so we didn't have to send in any of our troops or any of our police force. And if for some reason we needed to go ahead and take things out with it, we could take things out with it. Once again, that's on Birdman JRVA on YouTube, so you could believe it. Now, I'm really, really good at that. But I didn't know how to sell that, right? Like that was just at a whole nother level that I just didn't know how to sell at the time. And I spent so much time sitting here building, I never learned how to sell anything. And I realized, well, I got all of this artillery and I don't know who to give it to. Now, of course, you could say, well, the Army's going to buy it. Well, I didn't know how to sell it to the Army at the time. Cody with that Birdman JR. I didn't know how to sell it. So no, I couldn't sell it to the Army because I didn't know the first step. So what I'm trying to share with you guys is during this time right here of you figuring yourself out, figuring out what your life purpose is you got to give just a little bit of all of this. So how do you do that? Well, you guys should be sitting there and you should write out a list. What are you good at? You shouldn't have more than 3. Don't give me 30 things that you're good at. It's 3 strong things that you're good at. It should really be 1, but it's 3 strong things that you're good at. And the reason why I'm telling you 3 is because we may have to push your number 1 to the side like I did with the building, the tanks and explosives. I'm sure I can come back to it now that I know how to sell. And I think about that. Kamala Harris did say we need to be the strongest whatever. But I took those 3 and I said, well, wait a minute. I know tech. I know help desk. That took me into sales and marketing. And it just changed the whole game. So you come up with that list because we may need to pivot. The next list that you're going to come up with, what are the 3 things that you love doing? I didn't say what you're good at. I said, what do you love doing? You may love fishing. I don't know. Travis loved throwing parties. One thing that I loved doing in college was throwing a party. It wasn't nothing like it. Guess what I do now? I put on events. It's workshops. I get to do my same thing that I love to do. I just changed it into the business. Okay. I love throwing the events, but I stopped doing parties and I started doing workshops. I'm doing workshops of the stuff that I'm good at. Not all the stuff that I'm good at. This government contracting thing and operating this business that I'm good at. That's what most people are willing to pay me to do. Here at the bottom, I had to realize through the hustling stages, well, what are people willing to pay me to do? Well, again, I don't know people who are just willing to pay me to build robots and explosives, but I know a lot of people that's willing to pay me about my government contracting knowledge, and I could happen to love doing my event at the workshop that I talk about this government contracting knowledge, that I bring the people that are willing to pay me to that event. And then I say, well, the world does need this. Every small business owner needs this. But then I say, well, wait a minute. Well, Travis, you can't save the world. You can't save every small business owner. Well, I said, well, I want to go to my disadvantaged business owners. So all of a sudden, in this middle, I started to find my purpose. My purpose is for my disadvantaged small business owners that are willing to pay for the things that I know and love to do and the things that I'm good at in order to get them the results that I got. Now I know how to hustle. I woke up every day with a hustler's mindset. Still till today, I got a hustler's mindset. It don't go nowhere. I got about 4 other businesses that I'm getting involved in. Shout outs to my man, Andre. I'm thinking about getting into the car dealership right now, and I want to sell all Teslas. I ain't seen no car dealership that's all Teslas. I'm thinking about doing it. I realize in order to jump into that industry, guess what? I may have been a boss over here with my government contract and IT business, but I'm back to a hustler over here selling these cars. I got to sling these cars if that's what I decide to get in. Until I learn how to sling these cars correctly, I can't be a boss in the car industry, but I'm going to get there. You better believe I'm going to get there. Now, granted, I got the finances and the capital that I can expedite some things that I ain't going to stay hustling for too long. Instead, I'm going to start running the business and teaching them how to use my hustling techniques, because selling is selling. I don't care if it's a car or if it's a machine. Selling is selling. Hustling is hustling. That's why I love the movies, because they made me the ultimate hustler. And to get to the ultimate hustler, you got to be the boss of your own hustle. I want somebody to put that in the comments, because that's what I'm leaving y'all off. In order to be the ultimate hustler, you have to be the boss to your own hustle. You can't be the boss to my hustle. You cannot be the boss to CEO Matty J's hustle. You can't be the boss to InvestFest hustle. I don't know why the hell people listen to 50 Cent thinking that you're going to be on 50 Cent boss level. You can't boss 50 Cent's hustle. You got to be willing to boss your own hustle. And if you ain't put together a hustle yet, you ain't got nothing to boss. And then you wonder why you're going to fail. And if you ain't found your purpose, you ain't got nothing to hustle. You just going to be hustling in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type hustlers that I don't want you to be. Those are the type hustlers that be selling them $5 bags all their life. I'm like, dang, you ain't upgraded yet. Well, they ain't never had no purpose. They just a little bit of money here and there. They don't have a purpose. If you follow my chart right here and you just get a little bit of everything and find your purpose, you get your freedom, because when you find your purpose, you can develop your hustle that will take you to the boss of your own hustle, and you get freedom when you can boss your own hustle. You struggle when you try to boss everybody else's. That's also why I don't like giving you guys templates. Everybody, Travis, can you give me a template for this? Can you give me a script for this? Why the hell do you want the template to my hustle? It don't make sense to me. You have to be willing to develop your own hustle and be a boss of that. Now, can you take learning things that I've done to develop your own hustle? Absolutely. Can you take pieces of my template to develop your own template? Absolutely. But all of the people out here that want a hand-delivered system for them, look, it's so bad in today's time, they call it a DFY. They even named it something, a done-for-you hustle. I just told you, you can't boss somebody else's hustle. But guess what? The person that hustled that done-for-you system, yeah, well, they bossed their own hustle of selling your ass that template. And then you wonder why you failed. Again, if you aren't willing to hustle, you can't become the boss, because you got to put together your own game plan. Hopefully you guys got something out of this tonight. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, that share button. We are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. When you hit that subscribe button, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get alerted each and every time that we do go live. Tuesdays, we talk about the mindset in business. On Wednesdays, we talk about government contracting. And on Thursdays, we talk about the software, the systems, the tools that's going to take you to the next level. Don't forget to share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners that you know need to hear this information, this advice, need to learn these lessons so they can level themselves up. Again, I know I'm not out here to save the world, but hopefully, just hopefully, I made an impact on somebody's life tonight. If you picked up anything that I put down tonight, I want you to drop a fire emoji down there in the chat. If you got a question about anything that I went over tonight, feel free to drop those questions or a comment about anything that we went over tonight. Go ahead and drop them down there in the chat. Y'all know I stay on here to answer questions. Again, this is my pro bono time, okay? A lot of people ask me questions in my DMs and stuff, guys. I answer questions right here during my live time, so don't be scared to ask them. No matter what questions you have, this is the time to do it. Outside of that, again, I need to give a shout outs to Deshanti. Shout outs to Deshanti, another admin on our team. Oh, I got to move this up. This came from the last one. Hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. If you guys are hanging around our community, Deshanti is an admin on our team. You guys probably see her around here. If you have not gotten into our community yet, go to TravisKnows.com. I guess I should share that out too. Before I keep diving into this a little bit more. Guys, you guys can come here to TravisKnows.com. That's KNOWS.com. Or you can go to Dollars2Sense.com. When you get to TravisKnows.com, you're going to come down here, join our Pure Money community completely for free. Or you can go to Dollars2Sense.com. And once you get here, you can go click on community, and that will bring you to our live community right here. And you can go ahead and join us. When you get inside our community, go ahead and introduce yourself. If you've gotten any programs with us, you'll actually be able to go to your learning center and get any of your programs that you got going on, as well as you can click these 4 dots up here at the top. And you can go to your courses, as well as I seen somebody ask about the affiliate information to this. I guess you guys can't see this. I need to slide this over some more. If you click these dots right up here in the corner, someone asked for the affiliate to SB Money Flow. Well, once you log in here, if you come click and go to affiliates, you'll actually be taken to your affiliate section where you'll have your links to go ahead and offer to somebody else and get paid. Yes, get paid. That's what I love too about what we got going on, guys. Yes, we like to make money, but we also like making money with you guys. So I believe that was Phil that asked that. Yep. Phil, you asked about the affiliate link. So that's where you could go ahead and get that right there, Phil. If you log into your back office, you'll be able to see all that information there. Now I got to look, I got to redo all of my stuff. Glad I'm putting these comments. So I did this whole new show, this new layout. And I still got to make some tweaks to make sure I see everything. But that answers your question there. I know I gave a shout out to Deshanti. Let me see if I can find my guy Courtney in the building. Shout outs to Courtney, another admin that you guys have probably seen around here. He goes live on the YouTube channel on Monday, but he's also a big help to this system. And I'm looking for Simone. I don't think she's in here, but you guys have definitely probably seen Simone in the groups. So make sure you guys continue to show them love if you guys see them in the community. Let me see if there's any questions. Also, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you there. Oh, I was wondering why this stuff kept dropping off. I forgot I got all these scenes running. I got a whole production that I'm working on because I got something major coming up for you guys. October the 1st through the 3rd, I believe. I want you guys to go ahead and lock it into your calendars. I got a major event coming up. I haven't set it up for you to go register yet. But by the end of this week, it will be ready to go. It is the Gov Fest. Yes, it's the Gov Fest. You'll be able to go to thegovfest.com, and you guys probably seen it rolling up here on your screen. But what I'm trying to put together is a 3-day virtual event that's going to be completely for the free 99. Don't want to charge you guys 1 penny. We will charge you if you want to replay and things of that nature. But if you want to show up live, I'm trying to do a 3-day Gov Fest that's going to have the government. It's going to have small business owners and large business owners, hopefully on this line. And we could do it for 8 hours a day, 3 days straight, nonstop government contracting information and small business information so you guys can learn how to hustle at an elite level. And if you're past the hustling stage, they'll also be able to help you put your businesses together. This probably ain't the GovFest for the boss. The ball should be on the other side helping everybody else out. So if you at stage 1 or 2, this is going to be the event for you October 1st through the 3rd. I should have the registration open for this by Friday or Thursday. When I get on here Thursday for the live call, I should have all of that ready to go. You'll register. Once again, this is going to be 100% for the free 99. If you happen to need to, maybe I set this up already. So I guess you can go to thegovfest.com and get on the waiting list right here. So when I do open it up, you could be the first. It is going to be limited seats. I do got to say that as well. Zoom won't let me do but so many people. And I'm telling you, we're going to have some great speakers on there. So be prepared for that October 1st through the 3rd. I wanted to go ahead and make that announcement for you guys so you can stay on the lookout. All right. I wonder how many people I scared. I be screaming to LinkedIn as well. I wonder how many people I scared on LinkedIn by putting drug movies in my titles and talking about drugs. They be getting a little upset on LinkedIn if it ain't all business all the time. Every day I'm hustling. That's what I'm talking about right there. I like that. So you literally mean what you mean in the caption. I mean what I mean in the caption. Yes, that's exactly it. Oh, man, I love it. I love it, man. Look, I like just being able to have a genuine conversation, man. People don't get their panties in a bunch. How can a person use the software on stage 1? And that is a great question right there. So, I'm not going to lie. My middleman club would be great to learn the hustling of the art of selling so you can match it with the software. But anytime selling happens, right, you want to have a list of people to sell to. In order to generate a list, you're going to need something like how I, created this right here. And I have a waiting list, right? So we use something called the opt-in list in your hustle. You should be trying to get people to exchange their contact information with you to build a list where you give them something away. It could be free or a low dollar amount, but it's all about building the list. Now, where SB Money Flow comes into play at stage 1 and how it can help you is, 1, it's going to enable you to build the website or the funnel and the form to get the list, but it's going to allow you to start the process of running a business with it too. Because there's going to be things that have to happen when people get on your list that need to be automated. And if you don't have a system to automate it, that means you're going to be the one sitting down, sending them emails out individually, calling people up, making sure they did X, Y, and Z. Well, SB Money Flow does that for you, right? We get to eliminate the workers and start using technology. So yes, there's going to be a learning curve with that, but you can't hustle correctly if you don't have a list to keep hustling over and over again. It's just like the drug movies. The drug movies are good because they set up in a neighborhood that the customer comes back over and over and over again. And once again, if you pay attention to those drug movies, well, what did they do in American Gangster? They said, well, do you want some of that blue magic? They branded it, right? It was a brand of blue magic on that thing that was unlike anybody else's brand. You couldn't match it with nothing else. That's what you're doing in the hustling stage. You're using this software to develop that brand so people can understand who you are. And it's kind of like this. Like, my hope and goal is when the word government contracting comes up, no matter if it's on the internet or if somebody's out on the street and mention government contracting, the first thought that comes to their head is Travis Davis, GovCon Cheat Codes University, because I own the block. I couldn't have owned the block if I didn't learn how to hustle first. So we're going to utilize the SB money flow to develop your hustle faster by automating things out, posting for you with automation and things that you shouldn't be doing right there. That's going to help your hustle. You're going to develop the business while you're hustling because you already got the system, which eventually is going to make you running your business a whole lot more easier. So I know that was a little long-winded right there, but hopefully that answered your question right there. Birdman, I'm still laughing about that. Birdman JRVA. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if y'all gonna go to Birdman JRVA. I don't know if y'all really believe me. Look, let me go to YouTube for you guys so y'all can understand. Ain't no cap in my rap. Birdman JRVA. And here's a funny thing. All of my screen names changed from Birdman JRVA when Virginia kicked me out, and I changed it to Birdman JRMD. I thought I was Birdman Jr. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, here's my YouTube account back when I created it. As you guys could see, the name of this robot was Robama. So obviously this was during the Obama election time. So I built this Robama. You could see this was a vending machine right here that I coded. So I learned how to wire and configure. Oh no, this wasn't a vending machine. This was an alarm system. So this same alarm system, if you see them trip wires right there, you could use the same thing for explosives and things of that nature. So it gets a little deeper once you can learn how to code and understand what each switch is. But this is the motherboard of your alarm system that goes into your house. I just built it right here. But the Robama, the one that I put a lot of work into, this was Robama. This was the remote control, but again, I had it in a briefcase. This was during testing phases. I was trying to see if I could get it to go up steps without needing a person. So we had to test all of this stuff out. Inside of that is all of the guts with the batteries, the wiring, the detectors. It was waterproof as well. But yeah, we built all of that. And then it also had the battery power in there for my cameras. So the device had cameras for a 360 degree, so we could see all around. That's why I had it in the briefcase. When you open it up, you could look at the TV screens and see that everything that was going on. And in the remote control, I had two switches in the middle that was firing switches that you could fire. You know, we had little play projectiles, but you go ahead and fire little crazy things right there. It's a pretty dope project, pretty fun. But I want to show y'all, it ain't no cabin or rap. This is what I really enjoy doing right here. You know what I'm saying? I just do this as a hobby now, and I teach you guys as the main business. Well, I consult as the main business. Consulting is a whole lot of fun. That's why I try to teach you guys that. Travis out here. Hey, look, I'm also thinking about moving, right? So I can get some more land. I told y'all, Kamala, I think she's going to win. This isn't here for any political stuff, but I think she's going to win. And again, you heard her on stage say the army got to be the biggest and baddest, right? So I just need some land so I can start building stuff up on. So did you find your true purpose after hustling? Yeah. And this is why. Again, if we go back, let me show you guys. If I go back and look at my YouTube channel, okay, so I'm going to take y'all to my YouTube channel so you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about here. How do I get to my YouTube? Your videos. Okay, so if I come back here to my YouTube channel, to my videos, I'm going to come. It won't let me go all the way back to 496. Let me see. I got to move this over a little bit. All right, so it won't let me scroll back to my old ones fast enough. Let's see how far I can go back and quick. And this is a key. That's why I'm scrolling back for you guys. Now, of course, I've been talking about government contracting off and on, and you'll see that in my videos. I was jumping from government contracting to all this other stuff I was selling. It was pretty fun. But all right, so let's look right here. Okay. So let me zoom in. So you said did the hustling, he said, so did I find my true purpose after hustling? Well, again, yeah. So if we look back here in the beginning, I know y'all heard about Forex and IML. See, I was already involved in government contracting in 2017, but I told my friends about government contracting and nobody listened to me. So, I thought it was a scary topic and I was the nerd, but I wasn't going to stop that money. So I wanted to do something that people knew about and that my friends in the community around me, that they were involved in. I told you guys from that tree, I said, well, what does the world want? Well, I seen that the world was involved with Forex and trading, and I had the capital from these contracts, and I'm Captain Save-A-Ho. So, I realized this is an industry that some people was losing money. I seen some people making it. I said, well, let me get involved in it. Let me get involved in it deep. So I got into IML training, and I was one of the top leaders in IML, was getting paid quite a bit of money every month from multi-level marketing that I didn't know anything about. But honestly, that helped my selling. Like, I learned so much from trying to just talk to people and get them to show up at an event and things. Like, now granted, I learned sales. I didn't quite understand the whole, IML business thing, but I also learned stocks and trading. So it was like a win-win for me. I didn't see what people was talking about. So as you can see, I'm talking a lot here about trading. Then all of a sudden I'm like, well, wait a minute. If you get in those events long enough, they start talking about mindset and motivation. So I was trying to start adding some of that in too. And then cryptocurrency came out and I had crypto. So I started talking about some crypto as well. And then I went back into investment cards to talk about the mindset and budgeting. Then I jumped back over to trading a little bit. Then I said, well, wait a minute, the multi-level marketing people really made me mad because I realized they were hustling the people. So I stopped with the whole multi-level marketing. I stopped being Dr. Pips because I used to be online every day trading all night long. And then I started getting into marketing. And once I got into marketing, I started selling the marketing services to the people who wanted to be multi-level marketers. I started building their websites and stuff out and made it a whole lot easier. Then I started the Elite Fortune Group. And the Elite Fortune Group, we started trading, we started mindset, we started running and operating businesses, and I started teaching them more of the sales techniques so they could become a master of selling. That was in 18. In 2019, I realized, well, wait a minute. Y'all still ain't getting it. Like, y'all are still working hard for crumbs. And in the meantime, I'm scratching my head. Well, I'm like, well, damn, I'm working hard for crumbs too. Well, why don't I just bring y'all back over here to my government contracting thing that is really powering all of my money? I just ain't talking to y'all about it. So all of a sudden, you'll see, oops. Well, before I got back into government contracting, I told you I was into marketing. 2019. Here goes your hustling stage. I created these challenges to teach people how to sell on the internet. It was the one funnel away challenge. I'm doing all of this marketing. I started my EV business, Elite Fleet, our own ride share. I started that as well and started talking about it all right here. Then I started a podcast way back in 2019. I was doing all of this stuff like all at one time, hustling my ass off. And then I realized, let me bring government contracting hustling back. I don't know how the hell I'm going to sell this to people because it didn't work previously, but I'm going to hustle it because we was nickel and diming over here and I couldn't do this anymore to my people. And I'm like, I got to bring the government contracting up. So I learned how to hustle government contracting. And it wasn't until I really sat down and started hustling government contracting that I learned how to get my voice that people could hear government contracting. It took a long time. You know what I'm saying? And people still ain't getting it sometimes. So again, you can see me. I'm still hustling right here trying to figure out. I'm bouncing back between government contracting, podcasting, telling y'all about how I'm using my house for Airbnb, how I'm doing these ride shares. I'm hustling. And then one day, 2020, Clubhouse, I found out that a whole damn room was really interested in government contracting. I realized that the people that I was trying to teach government contracting to was the people right here in my community. But in 2020, me staying up all night long, I didn't get no sleep. Those people that jumped on Clubhouse in the beginning, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't get no sleep. I stayed up all night long because I realized my hustle was finally paying off. People was finally listening to me because I was just spitting this government contracting out just like I'm doing on YouTube in this same voice using these same words, the same way I'm doing on LinkedIn and Facebook. It irritates some people, but some people start to listen. The ones that it irritate, I never wanted to work with you anyways. So we do each other a favor. You click the unsubscribe button, the block button or whatnot, and I don't have to worry about changing the way that I operate to appease you. Instead, I realized there's a whole community on the internet. So I started diving in and I said, well, wait a minute, the pandemic then came around. I don't want to talk about nothing else but government contracting after I really learned this 2020. So again, you see, I'm still hustling. Look at all of these people that I had on here hustling with. I'm teaching them how to do all of these different strategies and techniques that I've learned to hustle, from operating social media accounts to affiliate marketing. Again, that mindset BS, I still didn't leave the marketing alone because they were interested in that. I was teaching them how to run memberships, how to automate things to Zapier, how to use PayPal to check out. Like, I was doing all of this still hustling. But again, you could see where it kicked in. What was it? October 2020. I said, wait a minute, Travis. Let me run this challenge for government contracting and see how many people signed up. I had 283 people that signed up for my first challenge that I did for 30 days, and I'll never do that one again. And then I did a second challenge for 30 days and 120 people signed up. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. That's almost 500 people that I had signed up that's interested in government contracting. I got to go deeper. Like, all of the stuff that I was thinking about that I should be teaching and telling people about government contracting, I finally got the community that's ready to listen to me with government contracting. So now I need to stop hustling and I got to start putting this business around. And then all of a sudden that led me into creating the technology behind the business that I created, so I could become the boss. And I did it all from scratch. I never asked anybody for $1. I never cried about any of the failures that happened. I just did the shit that needed to get done. And trust me, I got battle tested during the hustling. 2017 to 2024, you do the math. And that was just on YouTube, right? I've been doing this way before YouTube. I started hustling at 16. My first business was called Tech Bites. It took that many years to develop my hustle to figure out what it was that I was trying to do before I became the boss. I didn't rush the process. Neither should you. Remember, we walk, we don't run. That took me on a tangent right there. To be the boss, I must be the ultimate boss of my own hustle. I like that one. Y'all know I just came up with that shit off the top of my head right here tonight. I think I need to put that one on my social media account or something like that. All right, guys, I don't think I have anything else. I'll see. How much is the Middleman's Club? The Middleman's Club, it don't cost. Let me tell you guys this. The Middleman's Club is less than my 30-minute consultation call, which I don't be understanding why people still book the 30-minute consultation call. And I keep telling y'all, just join the Middleman's Club. So in the Middleman's Club, oh, man. Oh, my computer froze. Check 1, check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check. My stuff froze up on me. Ain't this a blip? Oh, so my screen is frozen, but I see that we're still going. So I can't show you guys what I was talking about. But the Middleman's Club, if you go to the Middleman's with a S club.com, Deshanti or Courtney or Simone, I see Simone's in the chat. If you guys could put the link to the Middleman's Club in the chat, I would appreciate it. But we got two separate ones. We got a GovCon middleman and we got a regular middleman and GovCon middleman. We talk about government contracting as a middleman. For the regular middleman, we talk about AI and automation, utilizing that. One is $49.99 a month, I believe, and the other is $79.99 a month. The GovCon one costs more than the other one. If you want to get both of them, it's $99 a month. And what's going to happen is we're going to meet 2 times a month. So if you're in both middleman clubs, that means we're going to meet 4 times a month. So every second and fourth weeks of the month, we have our meeting on Mondays and Wednesdays, depending on which middleman club that you get into. But I stay on those calls for as long as I need to answer your questions. That's why I don't know why people book the 30-minute consultation, which I don't mind, however I can help you. But it would be smarter to get in the middleman's club than to book the 30-minute consultation. And I'm just going to pour into you right there and answer all of your questions on that middleman's club there. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to see if I can get to my YouTube to see if I can see any more of your questions because my computer completely froze up. All right, so I can see it now. And I see that you guys still hear me and can see me, but literally my whole computer is locked up. Let me see. With SB Money Flow, can we add businesses under our account to manage to separate them? No, you can't do it like that. But what you can do is if you get them to purchase the software utilizing your affiliate link, so you get your affiliate commissions, you can be the manager and they could just add you in to their account, and then it will sync up and sync in, and then you can go ahead and manage that. And the reason behind all of that is because we're going to have to be their IT support. So they need to have their own account so they can contact their own IT, our IT team. If it's like under you, that means you got to be their IT support and things of that nature because we won't be able to see anything. So that's the purpose behind that right there. Yes, October 1st through the 3rd, GovFest. Hey, Travis, if I sign up for your program, what could you do to help me start a small business? Well, it depends on what program that you sign up for. I will tell you, I provide the systems and the strategy, but it's just like I've been talking about all day here. You gotta be able to figure out your own hustle. Once you can figure out the product, the service that you want to sell, absolutely. I know the strategies and techniques to sell anything if you just follow that. But again, it's going to take you to do work because you got to be the person out here talking and hustling. I don't hustle other people's stuff unless they pay me over $50,000. Then I will hustle your stuff for you by all means. What are you good at? List 3 things. You better bet on NVIDIA stock. Oh, I'm in NVIDIA all day, all crazy. A&D is another one too. But be the boss you on Clubhouse. I've been on the app. Yep, I'm on Clubhouse. I go live on Clubhouse every morning, Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, going over our mindset and motivation. Or I say mindset and motivation. Our gratitude and affirmation, and we have some fun on there each and every morning. Look up Pure Money Legacy on Clubhouse. You'll find our club. Join it. Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m., 8:35 a.m. Eastern time zone. We are on Clubhouse. Cool. All right, $59.99 and $79.99 a month. Both are $99 a month. See, look, I be messing stuff up. But cool. Hopefully I answered everybody's questions. I can only see the YouTube questions. Let me run over here to LinkedIn and see if there was any questions on LinkedIn really quick. Can't believe my computer froze up like this. Nope, I don't see any on LinkedIn. And it's funny that this Apple computer just froze up because they're about to come out with a new operating system. And I guess I got to upgrade my computer now. But anyways, guys, I don't want to hold you here any longer. I appreciate y'all for being here. Hopefully you guys picked up something that I put down today. Don't forget, drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you picked up anything tonight. Hit that subscribe button so you can get alerted when we do open in our rooms Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Continue to share this live feed out so people can get educated and they can level themselves up. We can't keep growing this channel without each and every one of you all support. So I do thank you. And last but not least, again, I give love to everybody in the community who keeps sharing and showing love and support towards me and my family as we go through these times. I wouldn't be able to make it through it without you guys in the community, so I do appreciate you guys for holding me down through these times. But again, we are back. We're ready to keep being a blessing to our community. I usually would be having, you know what I'm saying, my Pure Money song to go ahead and take us up out of here and had a nice little overlay up there. But unfortunately, my whole computer is froze. And it's amazing, though. My computer is froze, right? But I can see that it's still working and operating perfectly fine as I'm watching you guys on YouTube. So that's interesting. But again, I love you all, guys. I'm going to turn the music up here. When the music goes off, we going to get up out of here because I got to figure out how to shut this whole thing down. I guess I'm just going to have to turn the whole computer off and start it back up. But I love you all. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi.